Hi everyone. So today we are joined by Stephen, another member of the Wholesale Academy. So Stephen, how are you?
Very good, thanks. Very good.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. So Stephen, when did you actually join the program? Was it now?
July or August, I think. Oh, was it? No, June. It was the June,
June. Yeah.
June course. Yeah,
So the summer one, yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, man. So if you could please, mate, just give us a bit of an introduction about yourself. How long you've been selling on Amazon, what sorts of models you were doing before you joined the program, and
Yeah,
where your business was at really before the program.
sure. Yeah, I started basically this time last year, just between the Christmas and New Year period, 2024. But didn't really sell anything for a couple of months. Typical ungating issues. Didn't really sort of get going till the middle of the part of the year. Bit of success here, but everything I was buying, sometimes it would be good. Time I go back to buy it again. The tanking issues, etc., etc. We've discussed so many times.
Yeah, so was this
Um,
retail online arbitrage? And was this 2024, 2025? Sorry.
so what? We're just into 2026. So it was right at the end of 2024, literally just after Christmas.
Okay.
So literally just over a year by a week or so. Um,
And was that online arbitrage, retail arbitrage?
yeah, everything online because I've got a young family and work. I've got no time to go hunting in shops. So I had some help with Aaron. Aaron did sort of push me in the right direction, sort of got going on certain aspects, but I just wasn't getting any type of consistency. So I'd have a really good week I kind of felt out of nowhere and think, oh wow, I'm cracking this. But then, as I say, a week or 2 weeks later, still sort of barely anything selling or not selling for the prices that I wanted and just trying to keep the cash flow flowing was really difficult.
So that
Um,
sort of leads into my next question. What was your biggest frustration then before you joined on the program?
finding products that were successful long term or even
Right.
medium term. It just felt like I could find some successful products. I'd do all my analysis. By the time I get them to me and then to Amazon 2 weeks later or so, it wasn't what I'd analysed. That was the major problem and frustration.
They're the downsides of arbitrage, isn't it? Well, like you'll see the sales come in, however, you can't replan. So you
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stays
As I
in.
say, not every case. There were times where you think, "Wow, this is performing well," but then it would seem to always be fairly short-lived, as in maybe a month or 6 weeks worth of restocking that product, and then it would crash.
So then obviously you jumped on the program, I'm guessing to get some sort of stability and consistency.
Yeah, I think what was the reason I joined? I suppose obviously that was one of the reasons, but I think it was to create more of a business mindset and structure. Whereas I just felt it was quite sporadic before. I'd spend a lot of my evenings just on my laptop trying to find stuff. Sometimes I would, sometimes I find nothing, and it would just be a bit quite frustrating. Whereas I just wanted it to be something that I could do alongside my job. Um, yeah, and just know that right, this is how much I'm going to spend every month on a certain number of products. Whereas sometimes, as I say, I'd be working really really hard, not find anything all night, and then you just get frustrated. So the consistency and just to be a bit more of a business structure, I'd say, yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So were you hesitant before joining the program, or was it just something that you just thought about and did it straight away? Or was you hesitant? Was there a period of time where you were thinking about it, unsure about it, skeptical?
Not really, no. I would say that in my head, I'd kind of was struggling with the OA side of things and was maybe questioning how much longer I would keep putting a lot of time into it.
Mhm.
So this kind of maybe came at the right time and yeah, maybe just refocused me and thought, right, okay, if I'm putting a lot of money or say it felt like a reasonable amount of money, I've got to put the time in and I have. So no, I wasn't hesitant from what I'd heard from the previous group and what was explained to me by Aaron before I'd signed up. So I wasn't hesitant. No, I was looking forward to it.
Stuff. So then what changed after joining the program?
I'd say during it was a lot of hard work, but that was a positive for me because I already knew, and I probably even could sense that a lot of the people, even in the on the course, were going to think this is quite a lot of hard work. I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, yeah, mate. I get what you're saying because, like you've said, there's a lot of information, and we make it very clear for anyone that jumps on or even is thinking of jumping on because you have to apply. If you put the work in, you'll get the results you want. Like the information's there.
Oh, definitely, yeah, 100%. I agree with you, mate. And as I say, kind of what I was touching on, I kind of back in sort of the mind thought now is the fact that it is hard and difficult to an extent is good because I don't want another 10,000 people jumping on and trying to do the exact same thing as what I'm doing. So I know a lot of people will be put off by the hard work, but I don't see it as hard work
See
because
it as.
it's only the initial setup. Now you're at a point where I feel like I'm at a point where I could keep pushing and expanding this out with not saying minimal effort, but with the knowledge that I've got, I feel like with a load more cash flow, I could make this 3, 4, 5 times bigger in a couple of months if I wanted to.
So, with that being said, where are you currently at within your business? What's changed? What are things looking like? Um, and yeah, what are things looking like? Where are you currently at within your business? What's changed? What does your day-to-day look like? And how does obviously this model now fit into your life? Because obviously, like you said at first, it was a lot of hard work of learning the information, applying yourself.
Yeah.
And what sort of did that journey look like? And obviously, where are you right now?
Okay, so where am I right now? I still feel like I still feel like I'm a relative novice in, say, like the wholesale world, in the sense that I'm only working with a couple of wholesalers. But because it is saving me so much time, um, I'm communicating with them on a regular basis via email, via WhatsApp, where I'm very friendly now with a couple of these sales reps that I'm I feel like they're even calling me by a nickname. That that type of a relationship that they're sending me products to look at. I'm not having to come home, sit down on the laptop after sorting all the kids out and everything, and then go, right, where's this come? I'm sometimes coming home with 20 products to look at, and 9 times out of 10, 50% of those I'm buying. So it's the time scale is has come right down, and the sourcing time, which was probably taking up majority of the business, is very minimal now.
It's like I say, like even during the program, sacrifice in the short term, put the work in, build your foundations, and then you'll reap the rewards over the long term.
Sure.
So like now you're at a point, like you just said, you're just getting deals sent to you. But then
Yeah.
obviously for that,
Long may this continue because really, these people are basically building my business in some ways because the products that I'm now getting, I'm replenishing a lot of these, and the number of people selling is changing very minimally. I'm not analyzing a product, sending it in a week or so later, and then all of a sudden there's 10 more sellers and the price has come right down and I'm stuck with a stock. I'm still having the odd one. I say the odd one. There's still products that aren't selling as quick as you'd like, but probably 60 to 70% of the products that I'm analyzing at the time are the same by the time the products are available. So I'm either matching buy box price or I'm very close that I'm getting sales. So that's a huge difference to what was happening previously.
well, that's great. It's so funny. Like I said to you earlier, like you obviously there's in this program, I'll show you where the opportunities are, like whether you go down a certain route or as long as you put the work in, you'll get what you want out of the program. It's as simple as that. But
Yeah.
whether you go down like obviously we have other people like Chris who's gone down literally just using one of the key product finder sourcing methods and is literally running out of money to spend on his profitable products. Then we have you again.
I haven't met him in person. I think he's great, like what he's done for himself and his son. So it's great to see. It's nice to be. That's what was great about the course as well. Was it's actually I like as you know, like it was only a few of us sometimes on camera, but like that's that was the best side of it for me in a lot of ways. It's like meeting other people and being inspired by others and seeing other people's results is amazing. Like great to see what Chris is doing because you can. I bet his whole mindset and his whole life's really changed from what he's done.
Yeah, you just get to see, like, even for you, like you said to me earlier, like, if you just stick at this, like, let's say right now, where do you want your business to be in the next 3, 4, 5 months with how it's currently looking?
Well, I reckon by the middle of the year, I could be earning, a wage, as in like a standard UK wage from doing this, which I don't have any. I'm not in any rush to step away from work. As I mentioned before, my work's easy. It's a family business. It's not. It doesn't cause me any stress, so I can maybe cut down some time and focus more on this. But really, with how I'm able to manage it at the moment, it's not causing me too much time that I'm struggling with. I can manage it for so much longer. If it was to go 2, 3, 4, 5 times bigger, then I would have to cut right down potentially, or just do this full time. But um,
Yeah.
I could see a proper business is starting to evolve, if you know what I mean. It's starting to become.
Mm.
Whereas previously, I couldn't really. If I'm being completely honest, the methods I was using wasn't really getting me anywhere.
Yeah. Well, that leads into the next question. How do you feel your business has changed, like now compared to before?
The mindset is changed massively.
Yeah.
I'm sort of having half sort of decent days and going, wow, in 6 months that could be a bad day. So the business is me. So I suppose that my mindset is changing is probably the biggest thing.
Mhm.
Business, I would say.
Perfect. Well, I already know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Do you feel more confident talking to suppliers?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Um, Again, as we discussed before, I used to work on sales over the phone, so I never really had that much of an issue. But if anyone else is a bit hesitant, there's no need to be because you're just speaking to another person at the end of the day. It's not anything to be worried about. And what if they say sorry, we can't work with you? Well, I might have only reached out to 20 or 30. A lot of it I did um, via email and just followed up, and then I might have spoken to half a dozen to say 10 actually on the phone. Most people are receptive. At the end of the day, you're trying to give them business. If they don't want it, they'll let you know fairly quickly. If they do, then they may be open to working with you. So give it a shot. I'd say there's nothing to lose.
Sweet. What would you say to someone sitting on the fence about joining the program?
Well, I've said only said positive things, haven't I? So there's no reason to be sat on the fence from my perspective. Because if you're the only reason you would be sat on the fence is if you're not committed to doing it. If you're hesitant, you're probably not really wanting to do what you're saying you wanted to do. I can't fault the course. It's been brilliant. Value for money, it that money's irrelevant because what you could earn in a fairly short period of time will cover that and more. And it's the knowledge that you've gained throughout, which will be with you for as long as you're running your business.
Perfect, mate. How did you find how the program was actually structured, the materials, the weekly calls, the homeworks, the support, everything? As in terms of an educational package, how did you find that?
It was very well structured. If the challenging aspect of it was a lot of information. And there were times where we was having those calls every week, and sometimes they were running into 3 hours or so, and it did feel like your head was exploding. But it's because you was learning all new information. Now, sort of looking back, it was so thorough that I'm probably not even still using anywhere near half of all the information you gave us because not because I don't need it. It's just that it's something I'm going to keep revisiting and revisiting all the time. And again, touching on what we said earlier, what I like is it's the video calls, it's the weekly calls, speaking to people, learning to people, asking you guys quick questions, and I think, oh wow, that I could have spent hours trying to find that out and still not found the answer. You told me in one call. So it's the accountability of turning up and seeing everyone's face every week, and yeah, the community, the environment,
That's
it's
great.
great to be in. Every week I was looking forward to it, and I just felt like I was gaining so much each week, and it was re-motivating me for like the week ahead to go, right, come on, let's attack this. This is we might only be a few weeks away from making purchases, or it was great. I loved it. I loved every part of it.
Perfect. Now, this question is very important. How supported did you feel throughout the program? And well, after the program as well?
Yeah, fully supported throughout and since. It's been maybe what 4 months maybe since the course finished, and I know that if I reach out to you guys, you and Aaron, I know I'll get an answer that day. And as someone who's still only been doing this for a year or so, it's really beneficial, and it's something that I need because there's still a lot of things that I come up against that I'm not sure about, or someone helping me with a certain ASIN just to double check something. I'm improving, but I'm still not where I need to be. So I want to avoid those mistakes. So the the weekly calls, amazing. It's
Yeah.
questions. It's two, three quick questions. Pop on for half an hour, maybe at the max, and then I might jump off again. But it's yeah, the support's been there throughout every week. If I didn't have to necessarily wait till the following Wednesday to have the chat. If I need to drop you guys a quick message, bang. Normally within an hour or so, I've got a response. So yeah, thoroughly supported throughout the course and beyond. I don't know how long it's going to last for. I'll exhaust it, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. So looking back now, do you think the program was good value for money, has been worth the investment, and what's made it worth it?
Yeah, yes to all. Yeah, brilliant value for money. Maybe I got in at a slightly reduced rate than what it is now, which is lucky me. Um, but yeah, great value. I mean, you can't put a value on building out and structuring a business that could potentially earn however much more, X amount than what we paid. I could never have got that all this information on my own. It I just wouldn't have been able to do it. So it was invaluable. However much it is, if you can afford it, then yeah, it's great value for money for sure. What was the
That's
second
amazing.
part of the question? Sorry, mate.
Um, Look, I think you answered all that, to be fair, mate. Is there anything else you want to add as well? That let's say, for example, you watching this thinking, oh, you know what, I'm looking for an Amazon program. They might be watching this testimonial. Is it like, what would you want to see someone say?
Um, I always kind of think that when I'm just kind of like speaking out loud now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I always feel like if I'm reading a testimonial, I don't want it to just be like, oh yeah, skipping through the meadows and the flowers all the way through. I kind of like that's maybe what I touched on earlier to say it's difficult.
Very important. We say that as well.
I want to be told that this is hard because that for me means not many people are probably going to do it and do it
Hmm.
successfully. So if you can be one of those, and I don't necessarily, I'm nowhere near there yet, but I'm on the right track. I kind of want to know that this is going to be difficult. And if you're willing to put the time and effort in, these rewards are possible because I'm seeing it happen already, and I know other people are doing that. So that's what I would want to see from a testimonial rather than just, oh, here you go. And then 2 months later, you're going to be earning 5 grand a month.
No.
Because that's not realistic. That's just someone trying to sell me
Yeah.
something on
What we
Instagram.
want to make clear is like you've just said, put in the work. You will have information, support, everything. Just all we need from you is hard work. That is it. An application. And actually use the information.
Yeah.
in the program.
Don't know if you want me to reword that, or if you
I
want
mean,
to,
you can do.
or
Like I
if
said,
you are just happy with that honest, like more honest answer. I don't know, but
I mean, if you're happy for that, then I can leave it as that.
yeah, yeah, because
Uh,
I think that's the I think that's really, really important because it's like when you go on a review site and it's everything's this product's amazing or this venue's amazing, and then sometimes people want to go and see the negative side of things, and then you get a more realistic picture. And I'm sure you guys approached this exactly like this, and I'm sure there was loads of probably stuff saying if you think this, and I know you've definitely said it, if you think this is like a get rich quick scheme, then move
no,
on. Don't waste your money. That's probably if you are going to work hard and you've got the dedication and you want it, then these results are possible. Um, is probably the way I would.
that's yeah. Like we say that literally on every single person that wants to jump on. The same thing's made very, very clear. Like, because as well, we've got the community as well. We've got to protect this community. Because we don't want people coming on that just don't fit the mold of what we're building.
Yeah.
Who do you recommend the program to? Like, you can say as well, like, what? Who do you recommend?
What, sorry, mate?
Who would you recommend the program to? Like, because we do have a lot of people who are like in similar situations to yourself. We do have people who are in similar situations to yourself, whereby they have a full-time job and they are thinking they might have a young family and they are thinking, okay, I want to make or build a business on the side. What would you say to them? Like, if they're thinking about starting Amazon wholesale as a business and obviously jumping on board with this program?
It's possible. It's probably what comes to mind. If you think that if you think you can do it and you can build X amount of time in, then it is possible. That's it's hard for me to say sort of too much more really because
Yeah, that's the thing, because
I
it's
think
just like a
it
lot of
comes
people
down purely
think
to the person's personality and the drive to actually want to do it. Like I would
basically,
say that I got to a point before I started Amazon last year where I just felt like I wasn't doing enough. And I had past experiences of running a business and it didn't work out how I want. So I felt for me like I had, um, don't know, just like something inside that was pushing me forward.
a
To
why, you had a why.
yeah, I kind of did. I wanted to prove it to myself, really. So this is still me trying to prove it to myself in some ways, if that makes sense. So anyone who's what, if you can find the time, like if you can find the time to do an hour a day, and it doesn't even have to be an hour a day, just something you can fire off. You can fire off 30, 50 emails whilst you're watching the telly of an evening to get yourself started or set up a website. That doesn't take too much time and effort. So it, if you want to do it, you'll do it. That's kind of what I think about it. So it you don't need huge amounts of time to get it started. That's what I would say. Um, just down to your own mindset. So no particular person. If you want to, you'll do it, and just don't use any type of excuse because it's definitely possible.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. Anything else you want to add before I end this? Like off
No,
the
no. Just thanks for the support. Thanks to the course and everyone in the community. It's great. I've met a few of them now, and as we were saying, seeing some of the other people's success is great. I probably should be a bit more active and trying to post in some of the groups, but